All right, so in the previous video, as I mentioned and as you always did, we are trying to make the in-class activity here. So week 11 in-class activity when epidemic is unequal. So we are trying to make the frame that why are epidemics a disaster in the course. So there were four concepts in the week 11, the three pathway model, exposure, susceptibility, who is most severe, and who has more access to the care, and the test. So this is the first notion, the first theory we learned in here, right? And the communication, the inequality, which is the media use and the internet and having the electronic devices and how these are shaping the inequality. And it says death disparity, county only confirmed deaths is under control, and they are trying to the gap. So in the Georgia, there are the mortality gap in the childhood and the older adulthood, the shaping the racial inequality, and the politicized peer who are the more blamed in the COVID-19. Show you about that. So you can choose one. So you can choose one concept and one case from the toolbox of both the four, right? As you did in the week number 12, or you are trying to on that. So with week two, choosing one. So one concept and you are using one case. So you do not need to limit on the concept. You do not need to limit on the situation within the only South Korea. So COVID-19 in the US, COVID-19 in South Korea, MERS in Korea, and the swine flu in anywhere. The 1918, the influenza pandemic, we don't have many information. The AIDS and the Ebola, the cholera, and the tuberculosis and the mole. So you can choose anything. So even outside of the this one, you can choose on that. So you can try to choose one concept here and you can try to choose one case here, and you are trying to use that one. So apply the concept of the out of one out of four, out one out of four above. That you are trying to use of the case. So that would be a very similar one as we did in the last time, the week for the week 12. So check out in the one improvement. So what else without the AI? So without the AI, so what would be? So it will generate very decent, very, very good outcome. But which kind of the prompt? And we can, which one? So anything. So anyway, we are living in the era of the AI, right? We are living in the AI era, but what would be the best strategies we can try to make that one? So these would be the possible. So maybe, so I will try it on that. So below is finished the mini version using concept one. So concept, the communication inequality and the COVID-19 in South Korea. So based on the outcome, I would see that I made it before the one. So the AI created the answer in that way. So there would be some of the on the COVID-19 South Korea, the mechanism that people with the less access to the trust in health information are slower to learn about the protective measure, like vaccination and the covering the mouths and others, and not going outside. So migrant workers in crowded dormitories and limited Korean language information, they experience a cluster outbreak. Mainly elderly residents rely on traditional media, lower smartphone literacy. And the heaviest burden with migrant workers and isolated elderly and older adults. So they were least likely to be impacted by intermediated by the situation. So maybe we can try to see that. The claim that all adults heard online is a bit too broad because many of the very highly educated older adults, so they might be all even more protected from the situation because they would be least likely to go outside. And then as they have the good resources and the good the healthcare system in case, maybe probably you can try to moderate the answer in that way. All right, so you are not solely using the AI to generate the answer as a click and the generate answer, but you are trying to refine and regenerate the answers by the modification. And you can sometimes readjust on the prompt so that you can have the better answer about that. All right, so this is very small steps of the AI generated or AI supported in-class activity and which is also used as the replacement of your attendance check. All right. Thank you very much for your attention and see you in the next lecture.